Welcome to the Bears on Tap Offensive Line Film Room, bringing you all 22 views and breakdowns on the Chicago Bears offensive line. Presented by Quentin Q. Crisco and the one and only Ron Luce.
And welcome back to another episode of Bears on Tap. We are doing the offensive line show today. My name is Quentin Crisco. I am joined by Ron Luce. Ron, Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas. How are you doing this evening? Or this morning? This morning.
Yeah, I know, right? Q, Happy New Year first and foremost. I hope you had a great Christmas as well. Because of the holidays, Bears on Tap has looked a lot different, either whether it's been different days we're running, like today, of course, or just different personnel. We've had a very colorful group of I guess options for those that join us here habitually on Bears on Tap. But it's been great over the holiday season. The Bears have been playing good football, so that makes it a lot more fun as well. But dude, I'm excited. I know there we've had a couple of misses because of the holidays with this show, so I'm really happy that we get to start the new year off breaking down some old line tape. Man, I'm doing well. How was your new year?
It was good, Ron. So, I live in Philadelphia, and it's a Philly thing that like New Year's Day is bigger than New Year's Eve. So it's like New Year's Eve, like we went out at like till midnight, and then at midnight it was like, okay, we're going home. But yesterday we had a whole big group of people over at our house, and
Nice.
It was a day-long drinking event essentially, where we ended up going out to the Mummers Parade and a whole big thing. But
That's electric.
I'm feeling the alcohol a little right now, but
Yeah.
like it can't stop me from doing the O-line tape.
Hell yeah. I love that, man. No, that's awesome. It's such I mean, Q, you grew up in the Chicagoland area, and like it's New Year's Eve in Chicago. So like, I knew a bunch of people that went out or like went over to people's houses on I guess what that would have technically been Wednesday night. And then like yesterday is just like life returns to normal. It's kind of funny how New Year's Day is treated around here. It is I will say this, New Year's Day has become a very big bar going day in the Chicagoland area, because a lot of bars they'll open at like 11 a.m. or noon, a little later in the day, and later by like weekend standards, but earlier by weekday standards. And a lot of people seem to take up on that, but nothing as cool as Philly. That sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it's the Mummers Day Parade, which is a event that goes back hundreds of years. It is I'd suggest anyone, if you're curious about, to Google it. I can't even explain what a mummer is or what their parade is.
Awesome.
It defies logic. There's no real reason for it. They just do it, it seems. And it's a very bizarre thing, but it's very like New Orleans kind of like vibes.
Isn't that what Jason Kelce dressed up as during the Super Bowl?
Yes. Jason Kelce's Super Bowl victory speech was like, that's a mummer outfit. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's electric. That's awesome. I love it so much.
But let's get to the tape. Let's get to our Chicago Bears. We got Scott in the comments saying, Happy New Year's. Exciting time to be a Bears fan. It absolutely is. And let's see what we got here. I got about 2.5 minutes of tape cut up here, 2.25 minutes here. And we got a pass play right here. And I think this one, we'll let it run through and see how it plays out. I cut this all up back on like Tuesday, so I don't exactly recall.
So we're all going to get surprised together.
Yeah. Okay, so Darnell takes care of business here. I love when Darnell's on a D tackle. It just feels like there's no way the guy can win.
Yeah, Darnell Wright, big enough to block a D tackle, but agile enough where unless you're Aaron Donald-esque, you probably don't have much of a chance against Wright.
Yeah.
At least not one-on-one.
Right. And I know there are a handful of plays in here that aren't like terribly about the offensive line. I thought the O-line actually had kind of a rough day in this one. But some of the plays are just like, there were some awesome plays in this game that you had to get in here.
Definitely. I'll tell you what, though, this is, in my opinion, great play action. I love Dalman's technique here. He really gets into almost kind of a run fit and really does sell the play action. You know, it's good action on the front side from Trapilo as well as the future Hall of Famer, Mr. Joe Thuney. And then, I mean, what a clinic one-on-one from Darnell Wright. But let's not lose sight of, I mean, Cole Kmet one-on-one takes care of a defensive end here as well.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Again, I think just we're no line show, but tight ends are an extension of the offensive line.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet's been such a revelation, I think, in terms of how well he's been able to take on, again, D ends one-on-one. Like, more than anybody in this offense, they ask him to do a lot when it comes to, I mean, blocking guys that are just simply usually bigger and stronger than he is. Like, that's just what it is. But man, he's been brilliant. And that's why you get pockets like this for Caleb when he's fully turning his back to the defense. He knows he's not going to feel any pressure immediately in his face. And then, I mean, the one-on-one with Darnell is a thing of beauty. I mean, to absorb the spin, and then as soon as the guy goes to reset, to just smack his hands down and say, "You're done. You've had enough. We're throwing you out the club. You're done.
Yeah.
You threw up all over yourself." This is, I mean, that's how you want it to look when you run play action, man. And then on the other end, I mean, watching Colston Loveland get involved is just, you always kind of get a little excited nowadays when 84 is getting involved in the offense.
Yeah. This was a bit of a hospital ball from Caleb, though. Not going to lie.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. He
He
had a lot of great choices and throws in this one. That was the one choice where I was like, I did not like that decision.
I'll tell you what.
One in a game, I can live with that.
We haven't seen a lot of hospital balls from Caleb at all this year.
We have.
And really even last year, like, there weren't that many Caleb Williams does not throw a lot of hospital balls.
No.
He's not Tua Tagovailoa, who literally has made a career throwing those.
So, something I noticed in this game, and, you know, I'm probably a little biased on this. If anyone who had seen my Twitter profile in draft season, the header was draft CJ West, no matter what. CJ West is right here. I thought CJ West made Joe Thuney really earn his paycheck whenever he was on the field. His power seemed to play really well against Thuney. Mm-hmm. And like Thuney does a good job on this rep of managing it, but like West got him pushed back in the pocket more than you see a lot of times with Thuney throughout this game, which I thought was interesting. Really, when I graded this week, it was a rougher game for the interior in general. Thuney was somewhere in like the 70s. I think he was really strong in run blocking this week, but they didn't run that much. His pass blocking was a bit below where you typically see it being. Still above average, but like
definitely
it wasn't in the elite range that we see sometimes. I think it's because San Fran has so much power in their D tackle room.
I agree. I think, you know, it's funny. There are a lot of mirroring different or like similarities, I think, when I think about like the Minnesota Vikings and Hargrave and Allen, especially early in the season, right? When the O-line wasn't on the same page in that week 1 game. I feel like that's really the last time we saw Joe Thuney kind of go for a ride, is what I call it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of go for a ride at times. And I agree with you, man. I mean, that's the one downside to Joe Thuney as an offensive guard is he's not the biggest guy. Like he is,
right? He's a tackle. He's a tackle frame without the length. So he kicked into guard where he's been like outstanding, but he's still more of a finesse player.
Definitely.
Well, guard tends to be a spot where you're like, okay, we want a power player.
Exactly.
Which is he's an all-pro. He's really good at what he does, but like that kind of comes into play there. And you can see the grades that I gave out for this game. It was Dalman and Jackson were it's 2 weeks in a row now where they're a little below where we've expected them to be, which is just worth noting. I don't think there's any reason to see it as a trend. I think it's just circumstantial, but it's worth like keeping an eye on in my mind.
Definitely. I also think teams are just figuring out how to attack Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
And if they're going to truly just pick him out one-on-one, you're going to see a little bit more of that, I think. Really quick, too, back to Thuney here, though. I think what makes Thuney so good, though, is his technical ability.
Mm-hmm.
Because watch the hand at the end here, where, West is trying to get, D-ends are taught, or D linemen in general are taught. You get close enough to the quarterback and you can't get to him, get your hands up. Try to get your hands in the throwing lane. Thuney takes that hand that he's trying to get up and bends it out of the throwing lane.
Yeah.
And that's just, again, that's the cerebral of Joe Thuney. That's what takes Joe Thuney's game to another level, is his ability to think quickly on the fly and almost have a plan when he's going against these guys, and just quick reflexes then when either that plan goes south or something changes from the defensive lineman. Again, like you said, probably the most space that Thuney's given up in a long time on a pass rush, but still brilliant how even though he's walking it back, he's under control, and he's able then again to fight that hand and almost kind of corkscrew the guy a little bit.
Yeah, no, very well done from him on that standpoint. And like, it's not even, I have a hard time with some of his reps like this. It's like, I don't feel like it's a negative rep, but like at the same time, he's going backwards somewhat quickly and that far in 2 seconds. But like it's also very controlled. It's like, I feel conflicted on how I should grade it sometimes. Which there are a few in this game that were a bit more clear than this one, of like, okay, he was going backwards quickly. Yeah. But ultimately he's usually pretty in control of the situation.
I think that's the key at least for me, like if I'm looking at, does a guy take a bull rush well? When you've got a strong NFL player coming into your chest, you're going to give up ground, right? It's inevitable. Right. But it's, how do you give up the ground? Is it controlled? Is it too fast, where you then are just all over the place? Do you get knocked off balance and subsequently either fall or trip or get thrown? It's those little things. I think that like the key word, like you said there, Q, is control. And I think more than anybody, yeah, Joe Thuney's going to get walked sometimes, but he controls it better than just about anybody in the NFL.
Right. And then the bookends on this play, very nicely done. I've noticed this with Trapilo. When he's head on, he's pretty damn good. But like, he is tough to beat head on like that. It's what from the more outside alignments, like when you get a guy more like lined up here, that he tends to have some more struggles. But like when there's a guy head on or near head on, he usually handles it pretty easily. And this is a good example of that, I think.
Absolutely. When you can, this is something that Ben Johnson's got a type, Q. Ryan Poles is starting to have a type because he's been around Ben Johnson too long. I think what they like in these guys is, again, they like that guy that brings the brutal strength to the point of attack, because you can scheme it up. If they're going to bring, a guy off the edge on the rush, you can scheme it up to have Luther Burden inside release, right? You can scheme it up to have a tight end chip or a running back chip. But when they're head up, and especially now, right? NFL defenses are going this way. They're going horizontally. They're going laterally, right? Everybody's spreading out more. It's almost, offenses are doing this and coming in more condensed, and defenses are doing the opposite, which for forever it was the opposite, right? Because football is weird, and that's just football. And I think because of that, though, when you get these instances where you're going to have ends, especially if they bring kind of 5 up to the line like they did in this scenario, over one of your tackles on both sides, Darnell Wright and Ozzy Trapilo in a jump set one-on-one are going to win probably 99 times out of 100.
Yeah.
And that's what the Bears very clearly want. They say, hey, this guy kicks inside more, becomes more dangerous. We want you to nullify him, because if he's way the fuck out there, it's going to take him 2 extra seconds just to get to you. We can scheme it up to get rid of the football in time. But when he's one-on-one over top of you, we need you to be a powerful brute. And I mean, you've explained it, Q, a number of times on the show, just how powerful Ozzy Trapilo is, even though he doesn't necessarily, he's not a dominant powerful, like I think Darnell Wright is at times.
Yeah.
but just the calculated power that he has in a
Right.
situation like this where he says, oh, okay, take away the inside with the inside step. He comes into my chest. I'm going to punch him on the inside. And then as I feel him start to wrap outside, I readjust my hands and just keep him out there.
Yeah.
Good rep from Ozzy Trapilo.
Absolutely. And then let's keep this moving here. Get a run play. Let's see. Little outside zone, looks like.
Mm-hmm. I love me some outside zone, especially when the Bears run it.
Is that?
I was going to
that
say, who's
Burden?
40?
No, it's DJ. Look at DJ right there.
Yeah, him and Jonah make a San Francisco 49er sandwich.
Yeah.
Poor linebacker.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him.
Bang. Bang. Sandwich.
He actually gets through, though.
I was going to say, he gets through the sandwich, though.
Ends up going down eventually. Looks like he gets tripped right there.
I think that's a different linebacker.
Oh, is it?
I think so. There's a lot of bodies on the ground, man.
Yeah.
I love the lead block here, too. I think that's Duvernay.
Is it?
I think it is. It's tough to tell the number, but it looks like a 12.
Or is it 20? Is it Jade? No, it starts with the 1. You're right.
Yeah, I think that's Duvernay. And again, this just goes to show, like, I know everybody always probably wonders, like, why is Devin Duvernay on this roster? Why is Olamide Zaccheaus on this roster? Because they can do this shit. Like, they're veteran receivers that just know the technique of blocking in the league because they've been around long enough.
Yeah.
And you need those guys. They're important in the Ben Johnson offense when Devin Duvernay is the one leading DeAndre Swift to the edge here, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah, well, and with Duvernay, like, I mean, we know he's fast, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the main thing he brings to the table. You need a guy who's fast enough here to get that hand on number 90 so Darnell can seal him and then get the hell out in front and still lead block. Like, that takes speed. So, like, that's probably why he's in on this play, in my mind, is you need to weaponize his speed.
Also, really good block by Luther Burden that ends in a pancake.
Yeah, that's why I initially said I thought that was Burden on the backer, because I remember this play watching live and being like, "Ooh, pancake!" Like Luther Burden, I see you.
That's that dog. That's that dog that Ben Johnson was asking about that they're getting. I'm telling you, man, I want to know what all these other scouts were watching, because we all knew Luther Burden coming out of college was a good football player.
Yeah,
like what they were watching to let him slip to 39.
So I had him graded early second round. So like maybe I can give a little insight to my thought process, at least, was he was a hard read. He like, you watch his tape, he's not exactly the fastest guy. He's different. He is such a different physical like archetype than what you are typically looking for. Not that that's bad, but it was like, how do I compare this guy to someone? Like, where does he, like, he's just someone I've seen some people starting to throw around Antonio Brown as a comp. Like, and I'm like, okay, maybe that makes some sense, but like, because Antonio Brown was kind of the same way. He wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the biggest, but it was like his change of direction and just initial burst was wild. And that's kind of what I think you get with Burden, where when I watched his college tape, I was like, can he separate at the NFL level? I don't know. Like, his speed doesn't seem like it's enough on the field. I know the guy ran like a 4.4, but on the field, I don't think he runs a 4.4, you know?
Right. Yeah, straight line speed and football speed are two different things. So I agree with you there, kid.
He was a very tough read for me. Okay. And I imagined it was the same for a lot of NFL teams if he fell that far, on top of some of the off-field questions, I think, that kind of came with him that haven't really seemed to be an issue to this point.
I think that, to me, it's the off-field stuff. And especially when, like, this happens just in general, where a guy is like the dude in a program or the dude in high school, and like they just kind of do whatever they want because they know they're the dude. Once you get to the NFL, you're no longer the dude. You're one of many dudes. And you kind of got to earn your keep, right? And I think I think that also speaks to the Bears culture in that room, and having guys like DJ and Rome and Zacchaeus and all those like in that room. Antoine Randall, I think, is a huge piece of that too, right? So I think for the Bears, it made a lot of sense why they took him. But I like that comp Q. I really do. I think the Antonio Brown comp is good because let's not forget Antonio Brown went very late in the NFL draft because a lot of people weren't sure he could separate at the NFL level. But the burst is definitely what you see. And then again, I think Luther Burden's willingness to be a blocker is fantastic because he motherfucks people when he gets the opportunity.
Yeah. Ron, I know you'll love this one.
I love me a well-executed screen. They're very hard to come by.
They're really just crushing, like you always say, selling the pass set. Like they are doing such a nice job of that. Like they're such a hard defense or offensive line to read on their intentions. The veteran aspect probably goes a long way there, but I mean, this isn't even selling pass. This is selling play action or run, right? Like you are selling the run on a screen. Like that's so sick.
Yeah, I think it's great play design because just by nature of making it a play action, you're forcing the defense now to read, react, and then say, oh shit, I need to get upfield. And it's in that split second of I need to get upfield where they're getting late or they're getting, tossed or whatever, and all of a sudden it becomes a screen right in their back pocket. It's a beautiful design. And I'll tell you what, I think more than anything, Ben Johnson said, I love to run screens. Who are the 3 best interior offensive linemen in the NFL at running screens? I want them. And I think they found them.
Because I mean, all 3 of these guys, when this offseason, when I reviewed the tape of all 3 guys, every single one of them, some of my notes were like, he's really good on screens.
And I'll tell you what, obviously on this play, Thuney is part of that play action with the pull here, but Thuney's good at it too. Like if you ever go watch Q, I know you've watched some cool clinics. They're fun to watch. They're great. For those that don't know what a cool clinic is, cool clinics are offensive line coaches.
Literally coaches of offensive line.
Yeah, cool. It's literally what it stands for. And it's they're like educational clinics. They're great to watch if you want to learn a lot about O-line play. But Andy Heck, who's the O-line coach in Kansas City, has one from recently that I've watched quite a bit. And Joe Thuney's in it, and especially the screen part, and just the technique is there. And I'm telling you, Dalman and Jackson might be just as good. Yeah. Like these guys are all so good about selling it, getting it, sneaking out, getting out in space. And then look at this. You got a wall of white in front of Cole Kmet. Like a parade down the middle of the field.
Number, what is that, 48 really wrecks this. Great play by him. But this could have kept going for more. 48 doesn't dive down and essentially take out Trapilo and Kmet in one full swoop.
Yeah. No, a hell of a play by him to submarine the wall essentially here and take away the play. Because otherwise, I mean, if he looks at him and tries to give him a head fake or something, like you said, I think Cole Kmet's cutting this inside and has another at least 10 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Because I mean, you're also talking defensive backs trying to tackle Cole Kmet. Like that's not exactly an easy task either.
Absolutely.
But you mentioned the cool clinics. I just gotta shout out that their motto and their logo is one of my favorite things I've seen. It's like the Mushroom Society.
The Mushroom Society.
Because mushrooms eat shit and grow in the dark.
Shit grow in the dark.
Line coaches are fed shit and expected to grow things in the dark out of sight. Like it's just a great analogy. Like I think it's so good.
It is a great analogy, Q. I'll tell you what, if for those that are really into cool clinics, the Mushroom Society, they just started like a whole like community program right around like Thanksgiving, where you've all access to all cool clinics, and it's like a bunch of line coaches and stuff. It's really cool. If you're an O-line sicko, highly recommend.
Yeah. I'll have to check that out. I didn't know about that.
Very new.
So let's see. This is another one where CJ West gave Thuney some trouble. They're talking 99 there with the dreads hanging out the helmet. And again, it's like Thuney starts this rep outstanding in my mind. He forces West where he wants him to be. He gets set, gets to that spot, and then West is just able to kind of adjust and get that hand in the chest from there, though. Mm-hmm. And then just push, and find that edge.
Yeah.
That's really where I knocked it. It was because West found his edge right here. Like Thuney got a little bit sideways, and that gave West all he needed to get the run at the QB.
No, definitely. And I mean, still good effort as well from Thuney. I mean, you mentioned, CJ West is a motherfucker. San Francisco got a really good one, and you can just tell. I mean, he might not have any special moves, but just the raw power is unmatched. I love the one-arm Joe Thuney stab, by the way.
He just has that know-how to get the defender to use that to get the defender exactly where he wants them to be. Like it's really impressive.
Yeah, and for anybody watching at home that would think, why would you strike a guy with your inside hand? Wouldn't you be giving him your inside shoulder? In theory, you could, but if you land that strike, because the way Joe Thuney throws it, he throws it opposite. So he's throwing it at the outside shoulder of the other guy. So to your point, Q, it's right where he wants him. He doesn't want to get beat to his edge. He wants the guy to have to come back inside on him because he knows I can adjust my hands. I can bring my backside hand and work him inside and then readjust that strike hand to get him where I want him to be. And then once I'm in control, I can just sit there and dance with him all day and just walk him back because I know I
trust his feet all day. Like he has some of the sweetest feet in the NFL for an offensive lineman.
Absolutely. And then, but to your point, great work by West to fight for that outside edge. I mean, Thuney does the right thing. Where I always tell you, Q, where can you move a human being the best?
The hip.
On his hip, baby. Get that hand on the hip and get him past. And that's what Joe Thuney's trying to do here. And again, though, CJ West is just the motherfucker. And I mean, Caleb gets rid of the ball too, which is brownie points. But that's like you said, Q. Joe Thuney's earning his paycheck in this game.
And then outside of that, I think this is a nice rep from Dalman on another rookie, on Alfred Collins, who was another guy I really liked, but I didn't think quite had the pass rush juice that CJ West did. Mm-hmm. Probably had higher upside just from a pure frame standpoint, but didn't quite have the one thing he does really well that I thought CJ West did. I thought Collins was a higher like second round pick and West was like a third, fourth round pick, but Collins, I thought, was less of a final product coming into the NFL. And I think Dalman does a really nice job on him there of just tying him up and making him have to work laterally. And that's something that he's not really built to do. Yeah.
And I mean, on the edge here too, I mean, Darnell does a nice job for the most part, walking it back. Gets walked back probably a little faster than even Darnell Wright would like to, but really good heads up by Jonah Jackson to see color and just come.
Yeah.
And I mean, imagine being sandwiched between that wall of men.
Yeah.
That's a lot of juice on the right side there.
It really is.
And hell yeah, Ozzy Trapilo. Sometimes, Q, to your point about the Mushroom Society, right? In the dark. Sometimes when you don't see it, it's a good thing. Yeah. And that's kind of how Ozzy is on this play. He's so quiet. It's a good chip as well. I believe that's Cole Kmet based on the body frame. Might be Durham Smythe. They all look the same on film.
Either Smythe or Kmet. It's always one of those two.
It's always one of them. But he does a really nice job shutting it down as well. So I mean, again, a little bit chaotic, but at the end of the day, it's done. Yeah, almost 4 seconds, and Caleb's able to get rid of a football. So I mean, that's about all you can ask for.
Yeah. And so I believe,
was this the touchdown to Burden?
I believe so.
Hmm.
Which when you look at where West is when this throw is made, like, what a throw.
Caleb's gross, man. I'm telling you, this is
like standing in there with CJ West is like 330 pounds. Like,
it's a large human being.
yeah.
Oh yeah, just on a fucking rope.
Yeah, and on the money too. Like you couldn't have thrown that ball any better.
No, he's so good, Q.
I know.
We have a quarterback.
It's so
It's
nice.
so nice. Like we all got what we wanted for Christmas, which is the Bears to have a good team and a quarterback for the future, and we got both of them.
I wish the all 22 had the view of Burden's celebration though. You just get the start of it.
What does
Did
he
you
end up
see his
doing?
celebration?
No, I don't think I did.
He did like a whole like diva on the runway thing. It was hysterical.
That's electric. This looks a little more like inside zone here, just off the rip. Again, the Bears, in my opinion, don't really run like what I would call true inside zone.
Yeah.
It's almost more like a mid zone.
And I've got this in here for this combo primarily for Darnell. I think this is a heck of a block.
A thing of beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just that transition up. I'm not even sure how much Jackson has of 93 on the combo because I think Darnell is just like plowing off the snap.
Yeah. Yeah, Darnell Wright.
His ability to, one, he that left hand, he gets a ton of outward push, which allows Jackson to cover him up. And two, the transition up to the next guy. It's just so seamless and beautiful to me.
No, it really is. And to do it one further, the power in that one hand to completely push off and allow Jackson to get in front.
Yeah.
But then the aiming point as well. Darnell Wright. I mean, this is how it's taught. Like every offensive line coach will tell you, this is how it's taught. Is you get when you're covering a guy up, you get your helmet on his play side shoulder. Mm-hmm. You lock in, and if you can't hook him, you throw him out the club. And there's nobody in the world better at throwing guys out the club than Darnell Wright. And he does it here. He gets his hand on that backside shoulder and just takes him for a ride and throws him out of the plane. And again, if it wasn't for this outside corner coming off here and, submarining at Manungai's legs, this thing's out the front gate and might go for a score.
Yeah.
Or he's at least one-on-one with the free safety, which I'll take my money on Kyle Manungai more often than not.
Yeah. And I think Dalman, I'm a little conflicted on Dalman on some of these because it's great. Like the result here is outstanding, but he does have a tendency to go 2 to 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage while trying to swing his feet and hips around here, which if this were to need to cut back, there are some times where it forces the cutback lane because Dalman gets a little too deep. This one wasn't quite there, but it was getting close, and he swings around and cuts it off beautifully in the end. But I get that there's some gray area there for me when he's having to lose that much ground to do it.
I'll tell you what, though, Q, that's a bitch of a block for a center.
It is, and that's why I feel so conflicted with it.
Yeah, anything that's, and this is more not so, this is not lecturing you. This is talking to the listeners here, Q. But anytime you have a defensive tackle outside of either a true zero, which is head up on the center, or a 1, which is on the shoulder of the center, that's what you see in this play is called a 2-eye. It's inside shoulder of the guard. So that's a more of a traditional 2-eye. For Jonah to really not give anything at all here because of how the D tackle fires out at the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's where, technically speaking, Dalman's in the right spot. It's just, again, this is the Drew Dalman thing. He's smaller. He's more agile. Powerful players are going to get the best of him sometimes. And sometimes all he needs to do is just cover him up. And if he covers him up, you're happy, right? At least the play gets moving. It's not getting blown up at the point of attack. And that's essentially what happens here. And I think that's why it's just so impressive what he does here. Like, I
Yeah.
agree with you. I think if you're trying to grade it, you sit there and you go, well, I don't want you going 3 yards backwards, but when
Mhm.
you think about the context of that's a bitch of a block, especially when you're solo.
Usually I'll give him a good grade on that, unless it forces the running back's hand to go the other way.
Fair.
That's the
And
only
that's
time
fair.
where and even then it's like I do get conflicted with it because you're right. He is covering like a gap and a half right there. Like that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a hell of a block. Especially solo. Like, if this and this is why I say, like, the Bears really don't run a lot of true inside zone. They just
Mhm.
don't. It's more mid zone, because if that was true inside zone, that would almost be a little bit more of a combo block where Jackson's at least probably giving a hand and
Yeah.
trying to do what Darnell Wright does later in the play, right? Kind of that one arm stiff
Yeah.
arm
Yeah.
and just get him off his spot.
Guy Dalman some time to get those hips around.
Right. But here, and again, this is some of the genius of Ben Johnson, how they run this offense, right? Like, you're asking Joe Thuney to go cut off a backside linebacker
Mhm.
at the second level. You're asking Cole Kmet to come in motion and essentially be a lead puller. And then you've got Durham Smythe lining up as an old school, I right.
H-back.
Yeah, an I right fullback here effectively, right? You put a 45 on that, or a 41, and I think it's Lorenzo Neal lead blocking for LaDainian Tomlinson out there.
Yeah.
And that's how they get creative with the run scheme. And that's why they're able to run almost this more mid zone rather than like a true inside zone, because you've got the outside covered. So you can attack it off tackle like they do and really make, Darnell Wright and Jonah Jackson kind of your point of attack. And again, I think the fact Kyle Monangai got out of this without getting submarine there by that corner
Yeah.
coming through is also just a testament to Kyle Monangai and his contact balance. And you can't shoelace trip him. Like, you really got to wrap him up in order to get him down. And yeah, man, I mean, that Darnell Wright block sprung this, and it's
Yeah.
fucking thing of beauty, man.
Oh man, and I can't help but think, and this could be. I think if Monangai just like kept going left here instead of trying to juke again, I think he had the guy. But I maybe it's like 50-50. I feel like he might have had him.
And that was something that, like, because Q, I mean, building the board was always a lot of fun. Always is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Watched a lot of Kyle Monangai, ironically. He was the first guy because Sonny told me to watch him with his Illini coverage because he went to Rutgers. And that was the one thing I always noticed. He's like, he picks one direction, he just goes. And sometimes he's going to run into tackles as a result of it, but he's going to give you his best, And I think the Bears kind of like that about him. They're just like, he's just so like bull sees red, go run.
Yeah.
And I think they're okay with that. But I agree with you. I think if he continues his trajectory left, I think he gets a few more yards, but I don't know if Monangai has that breakaway speed where he's not going to outrun, that backside safety or somebody like that that's trying to come and make the play.
Which, this is what we're talking about, is Rutgers tape. This came up the other day with talking with a friend. He's faster than he was at Rutgers. He just is.
Yes.
In my mind.
I
don't know if he lost weight. I don't know if there was more explosiveness training involved. Like maybe Eric Bieniemy was really on him of like, we need to get that burst, that we need to improve it. But this guy fell to the 7th round for a reason, and it was because he was not this fast.
No.
And now he is this fast, and that is that changes his entire profile in my mind.
I will say, Q, he does look a little smaller. Not like bad small. He looks more muscular than he did in college. Like,
okay.
I think what happened was the Bears said, get in the weight room, get on a good diet. Like, you're not eating, New Jersey, Rutgers food anymore. And
no more cheesesteaks, no more.
Yeah, no more walking up to a
no more
cheesesteak
pies
stand
from the pizza place.
Exactly. I think there was some of that because I agree with you. And he looked bigger in college, and not necessarily bigger of good weight, just bigger. I think he looks more defined in the NFL. And I think on top of that, to your point, though, I think the Eric Bieniemy effect is having a huge piece of that too. I mean, the guy's a good running back coach for a reason, right?
Yeah. All right, let's get on to this. Oh, so this is just in here for the throw. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
The line doesn't have to do a lot because They get the encroachment from the defense or the neutral zone infraction, whatever you call it. I've never actually really fully understood the difference, but
nor have I. It's a stupid NFL thing. In college, this is what you have to do in college. You have to snap the ball to get the offsides call. So, and then it gives you free play.
I did not even notice Theo on this play.
Oh, I did. That's the best part. Is because
so I noticed. I didn't notice it was this play. I saw the picture on Twitter of him throwing his hand up, but
Theo's out there trying to get open, man.
Theo is open.
Nah, and Caleb knows it the whole way too.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen a couple of people break this down from a Colston Loveland standpoint, and I'm just gonna toot that horn again really quick. This is what guys are coached to do. Is scramble drill, you follow your quarterback. That's the term. If he rolls right, you whatever route you're running, you roll right. Get out there, find space. But not everybody's good at it. Just because it's the expectation, not everybody's good at it. This was masterful by Colston Loveland because he's pretty much running what I would almost equate to like a dagger route here.
Yeah.
He's clearing out. He's trying to get to the opposite numbers. And then as soon as he
looks
turns
like
around and sees
landmark
his
is
head,
the hash. Like he knows when I hit the hash here, I turn.
Look for the ball. And when he sees Caleb start to roll out, this is hard to do on the fly. But this is, again, this is why Colston Loveland was a top 10 draft pick.
Yeah, athletic ability. Like he has a different set of skills.
He does. I mean, he's a receiver in a tight end's body. That's really what he is. And I mean, what a laser. And just what a great job, though, by Loveland to find that green grass.
Yeah.
And know I can run there and Caleb's going to put it on me and we might have something here.
Such a nice play.
This was, I'll tell you what, Q. I know we did the post-game show and can all feel the way we feel about it and whatever. This is the first Bears game, I think, in probably 25 years that I've genuinely been okay the fact that they lost. Like, I was like, yeah, they lost, but like, we saw a lot of good shit in this game, man.
Yeah.
Again,
feel good about from it. And even something I think is getting understated in this throw is essentially on the run. Like he is 1 plant foot, 2 plant foot, ball out.
Yeah, let it rip.
After going to his right. Like it's not the most difficult on the run throw, but it's still like 50 yards on the run. Like that was not an easy plant. That was not easy footwork. That's something a year ago, Caleb does not get that footwork right. Like this play is the definition of growth in his footwork.
Definitely. And I think too, just the confidence too, knowing that fuck it. It's a free play. I'm throwing it up.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it all I got. And yeah, man, I mean, what a freaking piss missile.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't throw it any better. That thing is on a rope from 46 yards out. Like, can't you that's that arm talent's not coachable.
No.
It just is. It is what it is, right? Like we're gonna get real philosophical here, Q. Yeah, it is. Either you have it or you don't, and it's so good. Still getting fired up. It's been a week almost since this game, and I'm still just as excited as I was watching that in real time.
I think this is my favorite O-line rep of the game, just because you have Thuney and Wright just like with some sick reps right here. Especially Thuney. Thuney's rep here is my favorite rep from anyone in all game.
It's a bad mamma jamma, man. It's a good punch.
I think that's Alfred Collins. He's got a lot of power.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that angle that Thuney gets to right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible. Like that is so difficult to get to. And so the body flexibility, the body awareness, the trust you have to have in your ability to absorb that and hit the physics correctly. It's just so beautifully done. He gets walked into the pocket a little, but like like a lot of offensive guards, especially ones Thuney size, are utterly blown up in that rep.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's the beauty of what Thuney does here. And you brought up that angle, right? Like you're taught as an offensive lineman, when you feel bull rushed, you sink. You sink and you dig your feet into the ground, which he does. But the fact that he can do it while matching Collins's angle is even more impressive because that's just genuinely hard to do. And he does a great job, and he's able to stand him back up, and that's when he's able to get control then again on that bull rush. You know, we saw Darnell Wright kind of do it, you know, at a few different times throughout this game as well, where like their DNs love to get low and try to dip that corner, and they just are able to match it. And it's impressive because that takes incredible core strength. It takes just incredible knowledge for like what your body can physically do.
Yeah. Well, and like you watch the D end on right here. It looks like he's trying to kind of pull an inside move or like get the corner or an inside move, and he gets stuck in between, and he just says, "Screw it, I'm gonna bull rush right about here."
Yep,
like you said, gets low and says, "All right, I'm going." And Wright just says, "You're not going anywhere." By matching that angle, it's so well done.
Yeah. And I think, you know, to your point, we discussed, right? Those three on the interior are veterans. Like those guys are good players. They've been around for a long time. But like, I think what Dan Rochar's done with Trapilo, Theo Benedict, Darnell Wright, these younger guys cannot be overstated because again, they're good football players, but you tap into their skill set even more and you teach them the things that they weren't able to do before. And now you've got Darnell Wright, again, looking like a legitimate all-pro.
So I had some conversations with friend of the show, Robert Schmitz, in the past about Darnell Wright. And last year, I think by the end of the year, I did have some vocal statements out there of like, Darnell's talented, Darnell's good, but where is the development? Like, he can be better, and we should want him to be better because it's in there. And when I was the conversation with Robert Schmitz, we're like, is Wright bored? An athlete like this, who is just stuck playing offensive line, despite being such an incredible athlete, like he probably could have played other positions too. Like, is he bored with offensive line? And I think he might have been a little. I think good coaching can make a player not bored. And I think he has been challenged the right way by Rochar and developed the right way by Rochar this year, where we have seen him grow so much this season. More than we saw him grow from his first game in the league to the end of last season. We've seen him grow this year.
Agreed. And yeah, you were vocal, Q. I remember talking through those with you in the off season, you know, when we were talking about roster construction. Anytime the offensive line got brought up, that was a big thing that I remember you consistently mentioning is like he's not improving the way we would expect a top 10 pick to improve.
Right. Yeah.
And now he looks like the number 10 overall pick in his draft class.
Right.
Like now you're starting to see it.
It's exciting, man. Because he looks so watching I thought he played a really nice game, and like watching it was just like, this guy is hard to beat. And it's not like the 49ers defense aren't world beaters, but like you got to be a world beater to have a chance against Darnell Wright. It's basically where I'm getting to. Like, it's the point that I'm reaching.
Definitely. And this was his flu game.
Yeah. I think this was also Drew Dalman's flu game, based on this rep is a very good example of that.
Oh,
I have not seen Drew Dalman do something like this all season.
Get laid like that.
Yeah. Just get like, I mean, I understand he's trying to jump set the guy, but like usually he has a bit more aware. Like that is my mind is not fully here move in my mind from Dalman. Or from a veteran like him who is usually really good with his reads and what he's expecting to see. That rep right there is like, I don't think I've seen one like that all year from Dalman.
Agreed. And not just that too, but also just the footwork aspect of it. Like he's like jumping.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe, you know, with the flu, you're a little weaker. If you're a smaller player in the first place, you don't have much margin for that. I think he might have been trying to jump in on guys a little heavier because of it. Because like it blows this play up flat out.
Oh yeah. Let's wing back DeAndre Swift to you. Sorry, just a fun little
Yeah.
Again, I love
fun little element wrinkle in the offense.
Yeah, like like the Bears do it a lot, and I'll give credit too, because like the 49ers do it a lot too. And that's why these two were so fun to watch offensively.
I will say this is around the point of the game where the 49ers defense, like, hats off to Robert Saleh. He had these dudes doing some wild stunts and blitzes and stuff that was just so fun to watch. Like this one, even this is a nice stunt. Like Dalman gets beat there, but like also that guy is jumping a full gap there across his face with another guy coming into the hole where Dalman is. You know,
yeah, definitely.
That is a very well designed. Like I think that's going to hit with the looper. Even if Dalman picks the guy up, it's just going to be slower hitting, which is more manageable, definitely for an offense. But like it's still hitting. I was impressed by Robert Saleh in this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just the fact that those balls that he's getting rid of are even like semi in the area of a receiver, are just mind-boggling.
All right, let's see what we're working with on this one.
Oh, just eat the stunt at the point of attack.
Yeah, this was really nice, I thought. That we're talking about Dalman and Jackson just like dismantling this stump before it can start by just grabbing their guys. Really, Jackson, I think, crushes it by just grabbing the defensive tackle in front of him or linebacker, or whatever that is, and not letting him get behind the spiker.
Yeah, and I think too, just the way Dalman's able to stand up the initial penetrator as well. I mean, they just
and keep Jackson from getting crushed by him, like because that guy's entire job is crush Jackson, like crush Jackson and take Dalman that direction.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a thing of beauty. Q really quick while we're looking at this. This is a fun comment from our comment section from EJ twice too. Caleb's the future Michael Jordan of football. I sure as hell hope so.
Yeah. That's the goal. That's the idea. That's the generational number one pick. So, and then I think that's really the main thing I was looking at on this rep. Darnell Wright, another very nice rep from him. Actually, he gets kind of. I don't love how he gets off balance here. This one was a rougher rep from him. I think I marked it just because I don't love this position he lands up in. He recovers from it, but I think that he was not very in control of the rep.
Definitely. I think just because of how big Darnell Wright is too, it's really funny when he gets off balance because he looks so goofy when he does it. Because he's just so large,
Yeah, he is. What a throw.
For dropping in a bucket.
That's throwing through a keyhole right there.
Oh yeah. With 2 O linemen in your face, off balance.
And right between the safety and the corner here. Like, I mean, I guess the corner was a little further than really impacting it, but like the safety, like there's not much margin for error over the top.
No. And there's really not a lot of margin for error throwing it toward the sideline either, because even if that corner isn't able to pick it off, he might still be able to get a hand on the ball and deflect it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a
big boy throw.
That is a big boy throw.
I don't remember this. This is the touchdown run. So I mean, a bunch of these guys are chopping at the line or cut blocking, not chop blocking because those are illegal. Cut blocking. And then you just got Jonah Jackson using that straight line speed that we've talked about before of just like getting out there, and that they're starting to weaponize that more now, which is really fun.
Especially when he's as large as he is too in a short amount of space.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a thing of beauty. And he does just enough. That's all you need there. You're not trying to spring a run for 25 yards. You need literally 20. Like you literally need 4 feet to get this ball in the end zone.
Ron, this still shot reminds me of the Indianapolis Colts red zone play from last year, or the Bears play against the Colts, where everyone's on the ground except for the guys tackled at like the 10-yard line.
Yep,
But it's just
I
like
remember.
This one was like, it was good.
I remember the exact same play that you're discussing, and it was a DeAndre Swift run. I remember the exact play. And all of us are just like, what the fuck was that designed to do?
Yeah.
Oh, how far we've come. Holy double team.
Yeah, that's why this is in there. And a nice insert from Duvernay here again. But yeah, this Darnell and Jonah, they're just the Bash brothers, man. Like you don't want to be lined up across from them. You just don't.
It's a lot of human.
Yeah. Look at Jonah just driving this dude. I think that's Collins, but like just driving him after the double's over. Like he's just, oh, I got him now. Like,
Got him dead to rights. Yeah, it's almost a shame this play doesn't go for more yards because, like,
Darnell could lose his control of his guy there, but
like this is almost like parting of the Red Sea level shit here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's unfortunate too. Duvernay misses his block.
Yeah.
This is where getting receivers inserting on safeties, sometimes you're going to lose. Like it's just inevitable. But
yeah, I guess I didn't even notice that because I'm so focused on the O-line when I'm watching this. Like maybe Darnell was fine to let him go inside if they're thinking we're going to run it right behind Duvernay here. That didn't even occur to me because I didn't look at Duvernay's rep that closely.
Well, you want the two-way go, right? And that's what they're trying to set up here. But one of those two-way goes is taken away by Duvernay missing his block. So then Swift has to cut this left. He has no choice, and then just unfortunately runs into the butt of Drew Dalman here because there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Still a nice design, nice execution.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that double team, I'd take it to a clinic. Oh, no.
Again, we see Dalman again. That's why I was saying I think it was a Dalman flu game. Like,
I think everybody was sick, and just some guys were worse than others, and that's why they had to put them on the injury report.
Yeah,
but I think this whole team was sick, man. I mean,
me too.
I know so many people that are sick right now around the holiday. My wife has been battling it. She's just starting to finally feel better. Like everybody got hit just at the worst possible time.
Unreal that they got this out of that. Utterly unreal.
Hilarious that they got this out of that. But again, this is the difference that having Caleb Williams as your quarterback makes. He's so hard to tackle. I mean, he's earned the greased up deaf guy nickname for a reason.
Yeah.
And then again, there's not many quarterbacks in the NFL that can make this throw rolling to their left as a right-handed quarterback. There's just not. And for him to be able to get off platform like this, I mean, shit, he knows it's over here. He's not even into his full drop back yet. And he's like, oh, shit, I got to run.
So now looking at Thuney here, Thuney and Dalman, would the hope be that Dalman is getting more of a piece of the guy in front of him to be able to push to Thuney? Because by the time Thuney's adjusting to his stunt, the stunt that's coming at him, the guy is already past him.
You would think, and this is tough because this looks like a 3-man stunt.
Yeah.
Which you'll never see these run at any other level other than the NFL because that's just they're too good and they can do it. But that looper that Thuney's got here is going all the way to Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
So in theory, it would be Jackson's passing to Dalman, and then Jackson's taking the looper. But when that initial penetrator gets through, especially because he's crossing the face of Dalman, then it's over. It doesn't even matter at that point. Like pass blocking rules are out the window at that point. You're just praying to God that Caleb doesn't get sacked.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, the defense is going to win sometimes. It happens. That's a stunt that they called. It's against the protection. They have the penetrator going away from the protection. That's a visual block for a center. Like sometimes the defense is going to win, man.
Yeah.
Why the 49ers have been so good this year with an injury-riddled defense is because, like you said, Robert Salah has done an incredible job of at least putting a competitive defense on the field.
Yeah. Now on this one with Dalman, I'm curious your thoughts. Because I get him wanting to get a piece of this guy to line up Smythe's block for him. But does he commit too much to it? Like I know first level first, like that's what matters the most, but at the same time, do you feel like he overcommits to it and that costs like that's the linebacker come into the backfield because there's no lead block at that point?
I think so. The way this block is starting to hit, like looks like it's going to hit. This almost, if you want my honest opinion, this is supposed to be like a lead trap. Is what this play is supposed to be. It's supposed to be Dalman kicking out that end because Darnell Wright's climbing to the second level looking for that backside linebacker. You've got Jonah Jackson coming down. And as a result, yep, just like that, bang, he's up to the backside guy, 53 is Darnell Wright. And then you have Durham Smythe leading through for 48.
Okay.
And then that's your hole. That's the gap they want to run.
So do you think Dalman was in a tough situation because he's moving fast but over pursues?
I don't think he over pursues. So this is very new, in my opinion, in the world of offensive line play. But more than ever, defensive ends are spiking hard inside, trying to spill everything to the linebackers on the outside. And as a result, linemen are now being taught to what is called you essentially just try to hook them, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do here. And unfortunately for Dalman, the guy gets too inside on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he isn't really able to just kind of seal him right there.
Yeah.
And I think what he's hoping is Smythe adjusts and tries to bounce it.
Yeah. Gets wider on his run.
And it just never gets there because they're. And then again, Smythe is also instructed coming out of the backfield, blow up color. First, like you said, first level first. You got to blow up color. And I think it's just a really nice play by the D end here. He crashes so hard to the point that it takes away what should have been a trap.
Yeah.
Because we know Ben Johnson likes to run trap. He's not afraid of running trap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Really well executed. I think, the technical term, it escaped my brain and then it came back to me just now. It's logging is what it's called.
Okay.
So you log a guy. So it's when you pull and because they're crashing inside, you just take them and you throw them into the pile of shit.
Okay. Yeah. You keep them going that direction.
Take their momentum and let their momentum work against them. Yes.
Yeah.
Because now, like, you're not going head on trying to create a big collision.
Yeah. You're tossing a log on a pile.
Fuck you. Go inside. Go inside and we'll let you be your own worst enemy. And then again, because Dalman goes to log him here, he just gets too much inside. Dalman's not really able to properly log. And then Smythe, again, knowing his rules, I got to blow up color. And I think that's why this happens. But because it looks like that's meant to be a quick hitting trap. And just good defense against it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That one, I was watching that one over and over trying to figure it out.
Oh boy.
So this run. Look at these splits.
I know. That was my exact thought, was the splits.
That is a lot of space.
Yeah, and it's funny. This is probably the one part of the Ben Johnson offense, Q, that unless you're in the meeting room, you don't know the purpose of these splits.
Oh, I think we'll see it.
Genuinely. Because
we'll see it here in a sec.
Fair enough. But because there's also the rule. It's an old Jim McNally rule. I know you know Jim McNally.
Yeah. Mouse McNally.
If there's a man in the gap, there is no gap. Right?
Okay.
So in theory, you could say, well, if Jonah Jackson's got a guy inside his shoulder here, maybe that big spacious gap should be between he and Darnell Wright. And then you're just covering him up essentially.
Yeah. So I think this is cheese. This is cheese for a rat. I think this is a trap. I think it's a not it's a trick. It's a get this, like, take it. 93. We want you to take this. We dare you to not take this.
Put him on an island.
And it works beautifully because they get this cutback lane and that thing is gone.
It's so pretty. And that's the beauty of it, man. When you can take advantage of a point player like that, because often in zone, the running back's taught to read the tightest technique and then read to the outside. It's usually the tightest technique and then to the end.
Right.
And for them to just say, you know what, DeAndre, we're going to let this guy think he's got a shot.
Yeah.
All Jonah's got to do is get on his hip and run him. And you've got what should be an excellent cutback lane here if all goes right. And it almost goes too right because, what a block by DJ Moore. What a block. I'm trying to get a number before I just talk out of my ass. I think that's Cole Kmet. What a block.
I think it is too.
Such incredible blocking from everybody else in the run scheme here, where this thing just the hole just almost magically opens up.
Yeah.
But yeah, holy DJ Moore block.
I mean, like that second effort from Kmet right there to keep getting his guy outside the other direction now. Like, I mean, he doesn't just stop here at the block. He says, okay, now I'm going to turn you and I'm going to open this thing wide.
I'll tell you what, man, I know a lot of people are poo-pooing DJ Moore because they're like, oh, he's expensive and he's not a huge part of the offense anymore. And the future is Burden and Rome and Loveland. But man, I just think he's too valuable when he can do shit like this.
Dude, Ron, I think it was after the Browns game. I said DJ Moore is good. Like, my hot take for the rest of the season was that DJ Moore was going to be the man the rest of the way. And I am still seeing that in the blocking. Obviously, this last game, Burden was the man, but 2 games ago, it was DJ Moore. And I think DJ Moore is fully bought in and fully understanding his role right now. And it's showing out. Like, I think it's a thing of beauty. I don't know what that means for next year. Like, they are going to have to shift cap around to make moves that they should make. So, like, he is the easiest piece to move in my mind on your entire roster.
Yeah.
That clears up a lot of money, but like, it's going to be tough because that block is outstanding.
That block is outstanding. And it doesn't show up on the score sheet, but it shows up in Ben Johnson's mind when he's thinking about, who do I need to give the rock to this week because they did a great job last week.
God, I love this play. It's not the type of thing you can run over and over, because teams will pick up on it. But it's like I just love how they abuse the aggression of the defense right there.
It's kind of just a fuck you play.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what you know, and I'm going to use it against you.
Yeah.
It's the sickoism of Ben Johnson. That's why he's such a fun coach.
Yeah.
Shanahan's the same way. I mean, they're all kind of the same way. Like, the best coaches in the NFL are all just sickos.
So nothing too special with this play. It looks like 92 gets some pressure up the middle there on Jackson and Dalman. Interesting I felt like Jackson was a little I also thought it was a flu game from Jackson because, like I said, it probably was for everybody because there were some times where he seemed kind of lackadaisical to me. This is one of them where his awareness just seemed to kind of disappear and then the guy gets by him.
Mm-hmm.
Which, the flu, I get that. Like, it will happen when you're sick like that. But that's the only thing that really stands out to me from the blocking on this play. Interesting that 49ers have 93 trying to take out Durham Smythe, thinking it's a screen maybe. Their defensive linemen do a lot of interesting stuff like that. But this is really in here for the throw, if I'm being honest.
And that's honestly totally okay.
Yeah. Again, the throw with a defensive tackle barreling down on him. Just frozen robe to Colson Loveland on the money. It's a thing of beauty.
So good. He's just so good. Quick one here. This is from a few minutes ago, but he says not a fan of this ball going to Swift in the situation and how he is cutting to avoid contact at the line when he's met with a defender. Rather, he'd see Monunga just head down, contact run, probably pick up another 3 yards. And of course, obviously the play prior.
That was the one that got blown up in the backfield, I think.
Yes.
The one where we're talking through the Dalman, Smythe,
yes,
like trap.
Absolutely. And it's fair, especially on a trap. Like Kyle Monunga is a good trap running back because he just picks a hole and goes. There's no dancing with him.
Yeah.
But no, a good piece of insight there. It's my good friend, Mr. Eric Dorchek. So appreciate you watching along with us, friend.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Eric.
I'm glad people are off today as well, Q, still for the holidays. So they can tune in with us when we go live at a weird time.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Ron, what did you think of this little underhand scoop? Like essentially a screen, but like
more or less.
To me, it looked to me like Jackson kind of failed to. He let his guy get to the one place that his guy shouldn't get to.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree completely. I think based on his body positioning, I think his entire desire is to keep 93 to, from our visual standpoint, the right side of that hash.
Yeah.
And because he fights back across, because you see Darnell trying to kind of olay his defender and does largely successfully, it should create a little bit of a pocket opening there for kind of just that one-man led screen with Dalman to be one-on-one with the linebacker.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Q. I think you're spot on here. The little underhand shit that Caleb does is just fun too.
Yeah, I like the play design. It's just it didn't quite get executed where you needed to.
A good play is a well-executed play, and sometimes you're going to get those that aren't so well-executed.
Yeah,
they look good on paper, but they don't always look good on the field.
This one was another where Jackson's awareness. It was late in the game, especially. You could see like Jackson felt like he was not fully present. Not in a way where I'm knocking him for it, just in a way where like I think he was dealing with sickness as well. Because like this one, you got to keep your head on a bit more of a swivel. I get like it might not be the most expected thing, but like I'm sure there's some more communication that's going. I'm sure Darnell's yelling something, and Jackson just doesn't hear it. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's about as textbook as a spike as you can get.
Yeah.
But ball gets out.
No
harm, no foul.
How does? Oh, okay, Jade Walker. Okay, Jade Walker, that is sick.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, he's got a place on this roster beyond this.
I think he's the Tim Patrick from Detroit. He's the who was the guy before Tim Patrick that was there?
Josh Reynolds.
Josh Reynolds. He's the Josh Reynolds. Like to me, that Jade Walker is going to be that guy.
He could be. He does the little things right. I think he, because of what he's learned in this first year, I think you're starting to see that, like, maybe not so much Duvernay because of the kick return ability, but like a Zacchaeus probably isn't back next season.
Yeah. I think
because of the step forward that a lot of these young receivers have taken in the blocking game.
Yeah. I think that's a fair statement. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Oh, yeah.
Jade Walker is going to cost you what, $700K, $800K,
if that.
Yeah, that's beautiful for a wide receiver 4, wide receiver 3, maybe like that. I think you're talking wide receiver 4. I'd be kind of surprised if he's 3, but guy who's out there as a blocker, guy who's out there as a situational guy, that's outstanding.
Absolutely. Another stunt.
Yeah, like I said, they got really tricky late in the game with this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think they knew too, right? Especially, it's a lot easier to throw stunts when you know the team has to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lot harder to calculate a stunt because there are run stunts. Like that's a real thing. But it just, I've seen stunts get burned in the run game so much
Yeah.
It's when you know, hey, we have to pin our ears back here and go get the quarterback because they have to throw the football because they're down 5 points with 2 minutes left. Then you can get crazy and start running shit like this.
Yeah. So, how do you think the Bears could have better managed this?
I think the best way, I think you would hope Jonah would walk his guy to Dalman a little bit more.
Yeah.
Rather than just a quick push off like this, especially knowing that that gap is there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like what Jonah does.
Yeah. I think he reacts well to it not working, but like it still was. I gave them both a pour on this.
I think I would have too.
But I felt weird about giving either a bad on it because I felt like it was a team effort between the two.
No, definitely. I'm very, I'll be honest with you, Q. Whenever I've graded, I mean, we use your great grading system when we grade stuff around here. I don't like giving out bads all that often. Like it has to be really bad in order for me to give a bad. I'll give pours very easily, but not so much bads. And I agree. I think this is just poor. I think it's poor communication. But I like that Jonah gets on him first level first, get your hand on the back, throw him out the club, and then just let Caleb go be Caleb and just at least get rid of this football. And then you live to see another day.
Yeah. All right. Move it on. Let's see what we got on this one.
Joe Thuney eating another bull rush.
Yeah. From 94. I'm not even sure who 94 is.
Big boy.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'm going to pull up the roster real quick.
Yeah, it's funny, especially with how banged up they are and just the way that defense has changed over the years. Like, I don't even know most of that defense anymore either.
Yeah. 94. Oh, that's Yetur Gross-Matos.
Carolina Panthers legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big, like, he's a big bully, like DN. So
he's real strong. Like you can see those legs. Those are like some tree trunks.
Like I think Gross-Matos would fit like the Dennis Allen archetype.
I do too.
The end. Like he's that type of player.
Oh, okay. So we're on to the second to last play here. This is the flea flicker, or not the flea flicker, the hook and ladder.
The hook and ladder. I love that Ben Johnson runs the hook and ladder.
Yeah. And so my theory here, and maybe I'm wrong, but they thought they had cover 2 man. I would assume that that's based on the 49ers tendencies, that they're a very strong tendency cover 2 man in the red area. Or in the high red zone, I guess, like the closer to the 20 red zone.
Yeah.
If this was cover 2 man, you'd have him on man coverage on the slant. You would have 53 running I believe, the inside hip of Kmet here up in trail technique with this guy on the deep half, right? At that point, this ball gets, let's progress it a little bit here. Ball is caught, ball is flipped. At this point, you're talking about this guy is up here and Kmet's sealing him. This guy is let me write.
He's deeper. Yeah, he's probably 5 yards
he's
deeper.
Back here, but he's like inside of Kmet, and Lenore is all the way over here in man coverage.
Right.
So you're making it a foot race
to
between DeAndre Swift and the linebacker
to the corner,
who's over here.
Yeah,
like somewhere around here to the pylon, which is something that I can like. I trust DeAndre Swift to get out here with the linebacker racing towards the sideline, make a move on him, be able to cut back inside and get in the end zone. As long as Kmet's locking up the safety. The play makes a lot of sense to me if it's cover 2 man.
And I think that's what it was. And I think I think you can get a lot more context clue of that. They thought that was going to be the final play. When you hear Ben Johnson talk about, I didn't get the call in fast enough for the final play of the game.
Yeah.
Caleb talking about, of course they pin it on themselves because they're in lockstep and they're the future Q, and it's okay. It's shit that happens. They're still learning. But Yeah, I really do think they thought the game was over with this play, which let's play a little what if here really quick. If this play does connect for a touchdown, the city of Chicago goes fucking ape shit.
Yeah. It's the national media goes like everything explodes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But since it's some variation of zone coverage, Lenore never followed Loveland over there, and
Yeah,
you end up with a glut of defensive backs watching the pitch happen and getting right on top of it. And, you know, a defensive back against Swift, there's a lot less he can do.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like quarters.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I give DeAndre Swift a lot of credit here, too, because wasn't this on 4th down?
Yes.
So to get at least the first down and give them a chance to even keep this bitch alive, like it's a really good second effort from DeAndre Swift here because it looks like they have it dead to rights.
Yeah.
And then he just leans his head forward and gets across the pylon. Like pretty much where you see him, or maybe it was 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe this was quarters. I thought it was Tampa when I looked at it from the end zone view. But if it was Tampa,
usually you only have one linebacker deep if it's Tampa.
Yeah. Where does 48 go? How deep does 48 get? No, it's not Tampa. Okay, yeah, it's got to be quarters. Especially with how deep the corner, like with Lenore is at corner. He's not playing a flat. He's playing deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got to be quarters. Okay.
But yeah, that second effort right there gets the first down. And like, again, even gives them a chance to keep it.
And this was the final play, which, Ron, it's beyond me. And this is what tells me that they did not expect to need to run another play. They should have spiked this. 100% should have spiked it. You have one play no matter what. Why are you putting it's 1st down? You only have one play because the clock will only allow it to be one play. There's no point in rushing it. Right?
Yeah. Spike it and then regroup and calculate. Yeah, I think you're right. And again, I think that's why they thought that, you know, the hook and ladder was going to end the game. Yeah. I mean, that's what they were fully expecting.
But man, this also, I don't know what the Bears play was that they were trying to run here. I don't know. I didn't look at the end zone view well enough to really determine that. But my God, Robert Saleh won the chess match on this play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, watch their D line. Two guys. It's beautiful. That is utterly psychotic and gorgeous.
It is psychotic, but it is gorgeous. I think because
how do you beat it? How do you beat it when they're not running the football here?
Right. And they know they can't run the football, and that's why.
Because like when we're looking at, I had a buddy text me saying that Trapilo blew it on this play. And I was sending him I was going psychotic, sending him like screenshots of the drop of what the protection should be and why Trapilo was not wrong here. Because like here, let's see where Dalman goes. Yeah, so your protection, as I'm thinking it through, is boom, 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 boom. These two are he's in coverage running a route. And if he's not, you like Caleb is pretty sure that like you're gonna have a chance at a hot route there. And then so ultimately, number 47, if he's coming, lands on 18, lands on Caleb. And that's why it's not on Trapilo on that play, because Trapilo can't protect 94. He doesn't know if 94 is coming or not. Right. You know, he can't just say, I'm going to go get 48. Because I guarantee you what Robert Saleh told Yetur Gross-Matos, number 94, was if Trapilo dives out to 48, you run straight at the quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Because you will be able to, you know?
Most definitely.
And so the D line just threatening long enough for 47 to get beyond the line of scrimmage. It's just so well executed, so well taught.
And I'll tell you what, though, This is also good play design by the Bears because DeAndre Swift holds up 47 just long enough that he has to respect that swing.
Yeah.
And that's by design. That's a timing route. Plus, it also clears out that DB. This ball is supposed to hit right here.
Yeah.
Like this ball should hit I think that's DJ Moore coming across. That should hit DJ Moore on the drag. I bet you that's where the ball's designed to go.
Yeah. And
And because they literally drop
in
right to that spot, and then it's just shit. Make something happen out of nothing.
Yeah.
Because that's where look at Caleb's eyeballs. I mean, he's looking at Moore the whole way, and as soon as he sees that DJ's not going to be an option, he goes into greased up deaf guy mode.
Yeah.
And just tries to make something out of nothing. And the fact that they even get something here of like an opportunity is impressive. And it's a great play by Jade Walker, who comes in super late in this play.
Yeah.
And just tries
to window.
Get a piece. Yeah. You see him with his two hands up right there. He's just like, throw it my way. I got you, baby.
Did you see the screenshot of DJ?
No.
Right about, I want to say.
Oh, see, even Colston's telling him, he's like, just throw it up, baby.
Yeah.
I got you. Throw it up.
Right about here. DJ is out of frame, like over here, waving his arms because there's nobody.
Yeah,
it's like it's an impossible throw, but it's also Caleb Williams, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah. Like,
which I can't blame him for thinking. You can see Caleb thinking about it right here. His head just turned over to DJ. He's like, "Can I? No." I
thought about it. Could you imagine though if that ball goes all the way back across the field for a touchdown?
Yeah, just insane. But
I mean,
oh well, great job by Saleh on that.
Yeah.
Like hats off to him. That was an outstanding coverage or call from him to end the game.
We need the Bears to win a football game this Sunday because I don't want to see these 49ers potentially.
Yeah, no, I don't either. But Ron, any thoughts before we close this thing out?
Man, this was a fun football game. I know the line maybe didn't have their best game, but that's what happens when you get good coaching. Robert Saleh is a great DC, has been for a long time in this league. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach. This might have been one of the best football games of the year.
Yeah.
And I mean that genuinely, even though the Bears were on the wrong end of it. It gives me a lot of faith about where this team's going. This team's already playing with house money. They're a year ahead of, I think, where anybody thought they were going to be this year in terms of legit playoff contenders, maybe legitimate Super Bowl contenders. I don't even know. But the fact that you're able to go toe-to-toe in this chess match with one of the hottest offenses in football, and it came down to a last play, you had an opportunity to win. That's all you can ask for every single week. And I bet you, if you ask Ben, there's probably 3 or 4 things they do differently in this game, and maybe they win. And you take that and you put it in your back pocket, because if you get into the playoffs, well, they're already in. But let's say you get beyond the first round of the playoffs. So now there's a chance you might see these 49ers again.
Yeah,
we could have a rematch. I don't think that's completely out of the realm of possibility. So,
but it'll hopefully be in Chicago.
Yes, of course. Hopefully it's in Chicago.
I think it would be, no matter.
Unless they get the number one
winning the division.
Unless they get the number 1 seed. Seattle and
are they still okay.
So that's where the scenarios are. So the best the Bears can be is obviously the 2 seed. This loss sealed them from being able to get the 1 seed. They have to win though on Sunday, or the Eagles have to lose for the Bears to lock up the 2. And then if the Seahawks win, this 49ers team becomes a wild card team. Whereas if it's the other way around, 49ers get the number 1 seed.
If there's one place I do think that it would be, like, I think Caleb playing in California matters. Like, I think that it does, like, he just feels a little like right there. So if he's going to be on the road somewhere, I think I'd rather it be San Fran than Seattle.
I agree wholeheartedly. There's a little part of me that's rooting for the 49ers. Let them do whatever the hell they need to do. Let like a team like Seattle have to come to Chicago potentially in the second round or something of that nature, and then you figure it out from there. If you got an opportunity to be in the FC Championship game against the 49ers in San Francisco, it'll It'll be good to see. Eric with a quick comment here before we wrap up. Q, this is from a little while ago. He says, appreciate you guys. Great to see the play-by-play breakdowns. Great stuff. Love how observant and critical the offensive line you guys are because you know the position so well. Reminds me how I am with every hockey player on a shit play. Haha. Eric was an avid hockey player in this time. So
Okay.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, love to hear the feedback. And we try to be as fair as possible. Like I never want to just like be overly critical of a guy because I'm not out there on the field sweating and bleeding and but it's when a guy does something wrong, you got to call it out, right? Like that's the only way you can assess players.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Ron, why don't we close out with a good old fashioned bear down, and we will see everyone on Sunday night.
Bear down, baby.
Bear down. Thanks, guys.